what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you cannot say that you disagree because let's go on a personal level. You have a son born here, raised here, lived here, studying his football classes here, started playing with his teammates that were born here, that grew up here. And you also got to remember, his role models in every team he's playing are the players play from this team. When he's gonna be watching people on the street watching games, they're not gonna be watching Congo. They're gonna be watching Team USA. So he's gonna idolize London Donovan, Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic, and all these people. And you just expect him, just because you're Congolese, to wake up and say, "I want to play for Congo because I love the country of my mom."
No, that's not what usually happens, though. There's a lot of players, Victor Wembanyama, when you talk to him, he plays basketball, right? He came from France. He grew up in France. He did not want to play, he didn't want to play in France, right? He could have continued playing professionally in France. He came to the US. But guess the players that he reached out. Melody, it doesn't matter at what level it is. A lot of these players, anytime people talk to them, they go straight to, who are you? What are your roots? Where are you from? They don't ask you, oh, you grew up in France. Most people, they know these people grew up in France. They grew up in London. They grew up in all these places, right? But they always go to the fact that these people, their roots are not in those countries. It's not their players. It's not their home countries that have these expectations. It's actually people in the countries that they live in that constantly remind them of their roots. They're going to look at them and they say, "Oh, you African black mango." They're going to say that to them. They bring that conversation on. It's not the people in Africa that go and say these expectations.
We do that too.
We have those expectations.
No, but we do. We do that. Let me give you an example of what is happening right now with the Congolese Federation. You have two candidates for the presidency of the Congolese Federation. You have Shabani Nonda that played for Congo and Aziz Makukula that played for Portugal. Even though after retiring from football, Aziz Makukula has worked with the Congolese Federation as an ambassador of football. 90% of Congolese people choose Shabani Nonda over who? Over Makukula. Why? Because they say Makukula is Portuguese.
They don't really say he's Portuguese. They say he left and represented another country and not Congo.
What country is that?
Portugal.
What citizenship does he have? Easy. So we're not going to just sit down and think that it's happening just in other countries. We are so quick to remind our people that have dual citizenship that they belong to another country every time they want to step up and do something else. So it goes both ways. It doesn't take out the fact that you did not answer my question. Do you think that your son will just magically play for your country just because you have roots from there?
Yes, I actually think that, because when my son grows up, he's going to be watching basketball, or whatever, football, whatever sports is, right? I'm leaning to basketball because we're in the US. But whatever sport that he's going to be watching, he's going to be looking for people that look like him. I see that a lot. When I was an athlete, when I played, I tried to look for people that would look like me and how they played and try to emulate those players. If you go
to basketball in America, everybody looks like you.
You know what I mean when I say people that look like me.
What do you mean for the audience?
People that are African. Yes, almost half of the basketball league is black people. But I'm talking about 80%. Africans. But I'm talking about African players, right? Like, I would want to see someone that has my roots, someone who has my culture. Because you know why? Well, all of us, you know this. When African parents are raising their children, they make sure that those children remember where they come from.
Yeah.
And when you have that in your head, you're going to try to find people that look like you.
Always.
Or come from where you are from.
You will never make your child forget where they come from. But at the same time, since the child will always be in between two cultures, it will always be in between two cultures. And you cannot just take the fact that he grew up here. And you talking about on your personal level. Me, when I was playing soccer, I didn't care who looked like me. I wanted to play with those who can play. It didn't matter if they were from South America. It didn't matter if they were from Europe.
Who did you idolize the most, though? Who did you idolize the most?
Players?
When you were younger, yeah. Players.
It grew over time. I never had like an idol that I love completely. It grew over time. When I started watching football, my favorite player was Ronaldinho and Trezor Putu, that was from our country. But as I grew up...
So it was Ronaldinho.
Pt2. But it was not because one was Congolese. It was just like I love watching him play because he was in my hometown. And then, but like I grew up, Lucas Moura was one of my favorite players. Nuno Mendes is my favorite player. At some point, it was Cavani. It doesn't matter. Like when I was playing football, I didn't care where XYZ comes from. Does he look like me? Does he talk like me? Does he speak like me? No. Can you play? Can we do 1-2, 1-2? Can you make a cross? Yeah, that's what I cared about.
Yes, you cared about that now, like the older you got. But when you were younger, you literally named the people that you idolized. One of them was what?
1 out of 7.
Oh my God. But the other 7 became your favorites because you got older and you understood that football was beyond.
Didn't I
just all the
say that
excitement that you
Ronaldinho
get.
was the first one?
Ronaldinho and who?
I said raison pour tout, but I said Ronaldinho was the first. I said Ronaldinho
Why
was the
didn't you
first.
stick with Ronaldinho then?
Because I want to be honest. I'm not just going to omit an African player just because I want to make a point. But I was clear enough to say Ronaldinho was the first one. And as far as I know, he's not from Congo.
You know who mine was?
Who?
Didier Drogba. I liked him because he was one of the African players that actually had the opportunity to play, that actually got to watch. And I liked him because he was African and he had nothing to do. For me then, when I was younger, I was looking at him because he was a great player. I liked the way he dribbled the ball. I liked the way he was scoring goals. He did a lot of good things, right? But now looking back with my mindset when I was younger and the things that I actually preferred about him, it had nothing to do with his skill really, because I really didn't understood all of those things. I didn't really understood it mattered. He was a black player, an African player that I got the opportunity to watch. And he gave me, again, this pride. He made me feel like the Africans are capable of doing something. Well, so it was beyond just me looking at him as a skill.
I guess we have different ways of looking at football because I look at football as a global sport. Yes.
It is a global.
I love when my country represented. I love when the players of my country do great things, but I will not just sit down and say that I only watch and support people from my country.
Man, nobody does that.
No, that's what I'm saying. The reason why I used to love Didier Drogba, it wasn't because he was African. It was just because Chelsea was on top and he was on fire. People could have chosen Samuel Eto'o, and yeah, they had a great team. They had one Mata that was a good player in that team. They had Raúl Meireles, Pt2, because let me tell you something, for example. First of all, my sister's favorite player was Pt2. And what did she do? She loves football just as much as I do, but like before she started getting on that Neymar train fan.
Wait, no. Did she like him because he was cute or did she like him because he was a good player?
She liked him because he was a good player.
Bro, come on. Get out of here. Get out of here.
If you want to discuss, if you want to discuss that, go talk to her.
I liked Ronaldinho because he was cute. I thought Ronaldinho wasn't cute at all. His long hair, every time he put oh my God, when he put his hair back, I was in love.
I'm actually now scared of your choice of husbands.
I think Burna Boy is cute too.
In Zambia.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on.
You're gonna put subtitle on that because.
The next question.
But let's get to conclusion. Choose the team if you grow up in between two cultures and two countries, choose the country you're the most attached to.
No.
Don't just look at opportunities. That's it.
Attached to?
Yes.
You can be attached to a country and they don't give you the opportunity. So you're gonna give up on the other country because you're not attached to it?
Yes.
Are you mad?
Yes, because those who chose Congo when Congo was a big mess, like Yusuf Mulumbu and all these people that chose Congo was a big mess. It wasn't because of opportunities. It was because of attachment. Gédéon Kalulu talks about that. He said now the federation is going better, but when he came, they used to, so it's not because of opportunities. Otherwise, Congo would have been nowhere. What's next? AFCON Gloria World Cup semifinals. You coming from?
Are you asking in Moroccan?
You coming from Morocco, man?
Listen, if you're Moroccan,
but honestly, Moroccan fans, let me ask you a question. Let's say by the end of this podcast, the verdict comes that you African champions. Would you like that African Cup or the World Cup semifinals? What would you cherish, love the most, and talk to your children in the next generations coming about the most? The 2022 World Cup semifinals or the 2026 AFCON championship?
I can answer that question for you on their behalf.
No. Okay.
I will answer that question for them on their behalf. I don't think they think about the World Cup semifinals very much. because it hurt their feelings a lot. Something that causes you pain, you want to forget about it. But
they were
the
welcomed as national heroes in the country. You're talking
for
about
the
hurting
Arab
feelings.
nations.
For the African.
For the Arab nations, because that's what they made it seem like.
It was
for
one
the Arab
player,
nations.
only one player that spoke. He cannot be a spokesperson for the whole country.
They came and said, we
Who is there? It was one player. It was one player.
In fact, nobody talks about Morocco's semi-final run in the World Cup 22. Nobody talks about it.
Cap.
They've moved on. So if they magically win,
if you look at Moroccans in the comment sections every day on Instagram, they'll remind you that they are some finalists of the World Cup.
Then that's dumb.
How is it dumb?
That is dumb.
Because
you
Congo
reached about going to the semi-finals and not winning.
If Congo reached that level, I would have bragged about it too.
Drop you.
You would have bragged about. You would have bragged about it too.
I will not brag about it. The type of athlete I am. If I don't win it, if I don't win the trophy, what the hell am I using that as an argument? You telling me I was second place?
Fourth place when all the teams only leave on the round of 16 quarterfinals.
It doesn't matter. The goal is to win the World Cup. If you didn't win it, you lost.
The goal becomes winning the World Cup when you reach the semifinal.
Correct.
Before that, the goal is just let's go the furthest possible. No, let's be honest. We Africans, we're not gonna pretend that we're friends every time we come in. Like maybe this year, Senegal and Morocco, we might actually think about winning it. But like for the eight remaining teams, we're like, let's go and see where we're gonna get. And if we win,
Congo's winning it.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Let's go. Shoot, I can't believe this. Okay. Now we're talking about the diaspora dominance, right? We have a lot of African athletes, players that play outside of the continent of Africa.
We're gonna be very honest because right now we're part of the diaspora too. Thank you.
Who's diaspora?
Do you live in Congo right now?
That doesn't mean anything.
So you are diaspora.
I'm not representing this country in anything.
I'm just talking on the mindset aspect.
Anyways, okay, let's go. Take Jamal Musiala out of Germany. Are they still contenders for the World Cup?
They are.
What? Really? Okay, explain.
They have other great players on the same position for the same position. We got Serge Gnabry, who is a very experimented player that's been playing on that position when Musiala is injured for Bayern Munich. You have the young wonder kids, Carl, that can play in that position too. And we're talking about Germany. Come on, Florian Wirtz can play there.
Is it Wirtz or Wirtz?
Am I German?
No, I would like to actually, I would like to know.
I think it's Wirtz. It's Wirtz.
Okay, because it has to be Wirtz. I don't know.
Well, they use W as V, so it gotta be Wirtz.
That's a good argument. But you know what I was thinking? I saw they have Kai Havertz. I thought, no, okay, I'll go on this just to answer this question. I feel like they will be good. They won't be contenders.
When Musiala is not part of the team.
Yes, when Musiala is not part of the team. Because he's a big contributor. Like, they will be a good team. They will compete, right? But I don't think they will be contenders for the World Cup championship.
That's a hard take.
It is a hard take.
So they will go from contenders to possible good run.
Yes, they will go from contenders.
With Musiala not being part of the team.
Yes. And you know why? Because he has such a big impact on the team. He can dribble the ball. He creates chances. He can defend.
So can Wirtz.
Bruh, are you serious right now?
Very serious.
Without Jamal on the team, I actually have seen them play. It's not the same. I feel like he has that what's his name? Victor Osimhen type of energy when it comes to him being on that team. When he's not playing, a lot of players can feel his absence because he's really good. He's an overall good player.
I agree.
He creates a lot of chances.
So do the others.
Oh man, come on. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's like you have a player that everybody depends on.
Not everybody depends on Musiala. No. Not in Bayern Munich, not in the German team. We're gonna break. You're gonna stop that.
No. A lot of people depend on him.
Oh.
And he literally has a really good impact on that team. And I think
Musiala had been injured for a long time from the time he got from his injury against PSG in the Club World Cup until he came back recently. And Bayern has been dominating Europe and Germany with Serge Gnabry in the team.
Mm-hmm.
So And Germany has been having a good run too without Musiala.
How's Bayern doing?
Semi-final of the Champions League right now, one of the best team right now.
Is he playing with them?
Musiala, I came back not so long ago.
Exactly.
But like they've been the best since the beginning of the season.
They've been the best because look at the league that they play in.
We're talking about Champions League. They were second in Champions League, only one loss.
The team that they play to get to the semi-finals.
Who did they play? On the league phase, who did they play? They played PSG, current champions. And they won them in PSG Stadium. They played Arsenal, current leader of the freaking Premier League. I hope City wins, by the way.
Okay, but they're not like current leaders
anymore. They are right now because City hasn't played a game.
Exactly.
But like Bayern did not just have an easy run. They actually played teams.
Listen,
they beat Real Madrid. Yeah, I love German Musiala, but like if he's not there, Germany still got it.
He's been playing with them when they won all those games.
Not when they won Madrid, yes, because that's when he came back. When they won PSG, he wasn't there.
But I also said, like I said, I don't think they will be contenders for the World Cup.
Oh.
They can be good. They can be good. And also remember, the World Cup is beyond just like, those European teams that they're playing in Champions League. Remember that. The World Cup is beyond that. Now they're playing bigger teams from all over the world.
I agree.
That have different levels of talent.
I use that example because the person that replaced Musiala on the club is the same. So let us know what you think in the comment section, and we're gonna move on.
We'll move on. Anyways, is African talent carrying European football right now?
Yes.
Example.
France, Belgium, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, England.
Jesus Christ. All the lands.
Yeah, except Italy. That's why Italy sucks. Portugal, they carry Portugal too to some level. They got Nuno Mendes and Danilo Pereira. And Spain.
Who did they have in Spain?
Yamal, Alejandro Balde.
Sorry.
Nico Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a fair share of African players that actually are exceptional talents. And when you take some of them of Moroccan and Algerian descent as well. So yeah. I'm not taking away all the white players.
Success.
Yeah, but like we gotta say it. African players right now are really topping Europe in the European teams.
Absolutely. I agree with you on everything you said. So I'm not even going to try to add to it.
Thank you.
Which country benefits the most from African roots?
African countries?
What?
What country will benefit the most from African roots than African countries? Let's take Congo, for example. 3/4 of these players were born and raised in Europe, even though they have African parents.
That's your logic. Wow. So not the fact that they have Congolese roots and they really just want to go back home. And
they do, but like it doesn't omit the fact that Congo is beneficially.
Okay, let's rephrase
this the greatest benefit of Congo right now because the league is dead. The current league is dead.
Mm-hmm.
We are heavily relying on players playing outside of the country that chose Congo despite other countries, which is they went back to their roots and they played. And that's even why the level of the AFCON went up, because now we got more players playing for those higher level countries coming to play in Africa for the African Championships and win and level up the level, increasing the level of the African football. So yes, some European countries might benefit from that. Now I will put France and Belgium in it, but the biggest beneficiaries are African countries.
Oh. You know what? I didn't think about it that way. I actually didn't think about it that way. When I read the question, I was actually thinking non-African countries.
Yeah, I see where you were going.
I was not going anywhere.
Okay.
I was going to France. You know what? I should be in France right now, ready for Fali concert. But here we are.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game. If African countries had all their talents at home, would any country outside of the continent beat those teams?
Yeah, still.
Why?
Argentina, Brazil.
So why are we so scared of Argentina and Portugal and Brazil? Why are we so scared of them? Why do we feel like they're unbeatable? Why do we feel like no African country can
I'm not saying they're unbeatable. I think Senegal won Brazil 2 years ago. But I'm not saying they are unbeatable.
Zambia
No, they did not win Brazil. A draw. I don't remember. I know Senegal played Brazil. They play well. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying they're unbeatable, but like you just have to look at it as on any aspect of your life. If you hear today that the American military forces raided Congo, then the first thing you're going to think about is not like the Congolese army might win it. I'm not saying that the American army is unbeatable, but that in your head, the first thought is not like the Congolese army is going to win. Why? Because America has history with his army. Same thing for those teams.
But also, why is the American army better than the Congolese army?
Better trained, logistic, better organized. But like
resources.
So talent is not the only thing you look at when it comes to this. It's a lot of stuff that come in consideration. And also history. When we talk about Brazil, we're not talking about any mere team. We're talking about a team that's been winning on the world level since 1958.
Yeah, but that was before African African players were playing at the level that they're playing now. That was before
and even with
the competition.
I agree, and then even the level of the Brazilian team is growing down.
Exactly.
But we should not take away the fact that these are teams that can beat anybody they want if they want to. Yes, African teams, if all the talents played, I'm not talking about specifically about Ivory Coast, Morocco, Algeria, and DRC, because Cameroon is on another section because...
Senegal.
And Senegal, yes, and Mali too. Cameroon is on another level because for generations, their players have always chosen Cameroon. Like if I have to count the number of Cameroonian players that play for other countries, I don't even know in my knowledge if I can reach to 10. Ivorians, maybe. Congolese, I can even go to 50. Mali, I can go to 50. Guinea and Senegal, same. So if you take all these players and they go back there, yes, we have super teams. It would be harder for other teams to beat us for sure.
So you think other teams will have a hard time if we had all the talent,
Definitely.
Because if we can take players from France, we can take players from Belgium. Lukaku, listen, it's time for you to come home. I'm not even kidding. He needs to come home and play. At least one more time. Listen, no, just hear me out. Hear me out. We have Bakambu.
He can't.
We could have Lukaku. We have Cedric Bakambu. We could have Lukaku.
It's too late. He cannot just switch teams.
He can, if tomorrow he chooses that he wants to play for Congo, he can choose to play for Congo. Is he going to play? We don't know yet. But listen.
He can choose. What do you mean? Under the current rule, if you chose one team, you were going to stick to that team to the rest of your career.
The question didn't talk about whether FIFA allowed it or not. The question is insinuating that FIFA already allowed it and we had the opportunity to do it. So if we can get all those players to come, nobody's going to touch us. We're not going to be scared of Messi. We're not going to be scared of Ronaldo.
But this is from the fact that if those players had chosen the African countries before they chose European countries, yes.
Correct.
But right now it's over. It is coming.
Yeah.
It is coming. Hakimi could have played for Spain real hard and strong, and he chose Morocco. Yeah. You have tons of them.
Okay.
All right. So yes, if they chose their respective countries, yes, African countries would have been harder to beat. Do African fans celebrate diaspora players the same way as they celebrate their own players?
Mm-hmm. I actually think so. On one condition, those players have to claim the African country.
I agree.
If Kylian Mbappe said he's Cameroonian, he's Algerian, whatever, right? And he's like, I'm French. Cameroonians is going to be like, oh, so you're not Cameroonian. So you're not, then Algerians will be like, oh, so you're not Algerian. All right, cool. Then you're French. Nobody's going to like actually celebrate him the way they would. But as soon as he claims that country, he makes it known that even though I play, like I'm French, but my roots come from here, then he makes those people feel pride. Like, he gives them that pride and like, okay, now we can claim this person. We can celebrate with this person. That person's wins are going to be our wins.
I really think that they do celebrate, but it's a different type of celebration. Like you always have this cousin that you never talk to, but when they make it in life, you're actually proud that he's your cousin. Y'all don't have a relationship. You're not going to go and be like, oh, I'm your cousin. But you don't talk to him not because y'all beefing. It's just like maybe he grew up somewhere else and just you'll never build that relationship. But just the fact that he's your cousin and he made it. You might not have to talk about it out loud. You're just proud that your cousin made it. It's the same thing. It's just like we do celebrate our players when they play for our country and they do stuff. I don't think that we celebrate any players outside of Congo like we celebrate Noah Sadiki, like we celebrate Ngayen Mukau or Cedric Bakambu, for example. But like when we do hear they
did something.
Gershom Yabusele had a great run with the Chicago Bulls. You're like, he might be French, but like
Victor Wembanyama.
exactly. It's like we don't have to claim it out loud. Yeah, he's Congolese, like he's French, and we respect that. We is French, but there's always that sense of pride in us to be like,
knowing that
he's one of us, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of celebration, but we do still celebrate him, but not as much as we celebrate our own.